Curry Nation, how you guys doing, man? Today I'm going to bring you guys the first edition of the Cypher Setup cheat sheet. I'm not only going to show you guys the Cypher Setup, but I'm also going to give you guys the footage of that Cypher Setup working within a ranked game. So that way you guys can see what I'm actually doing against different types of playstyles to make a certain setup work. This type of series is going to allow me to bring you guys the latest, best Cypher setups that I've used and am using, and show you guys the in-depth analysis behind them on a weekly basis. So this is something that is going to be ongoing. So anyways, man, let's get right into this video. I know you guys want to see this stuff, and I definitely want to explain it. So the first setup I'm going to show you guys is going to be on Fracture A site, and this is going to be an anti-rush type setup. Obviously, I have gameplay footage as an example for this later on. So you're going to put one wire here, and you're going to put one wire right over here. Whether a person is coming from A main, or whether they're coming from drop down and going here. So you can see how the pathways kind of align. Now when it comes to the camera, I'm going to put it right over here. This is a nice spot. It's going to give you a couple things in terms of intel. You're going to be able to see the legs of anyone coming into A main. You're going to be able to see anyone's guns poking out of drop down if they're there. And you're going to be able to see anyone coming out of here. And also, if someone goes up rope, you're going to be able to see them through this area right over there. Assuming the enemy's rushing, you're going to play in this area, which is a safe area over here. You don't want to play on the site during a rush. It's not going to really work well. So you're going to play here, and you're going to just put your cage right over here. You're going to cage yourself. You can just put one cage down when you realize that the enemy's rushing. So you can kind of see how this is going to work, right? Because you can just sit here, and as they're rushing, this guy drops down. He walks there. You shoot him here. This guy comes out of A main. He tries to go up the stairs. You shoot him there through the smoke. You can kind of see how it works. Now, the great thing about this is that you have this cam, so you can see if anyone is going to be coming here. And if you see someone's coming from this area, you can just peek and kill them from here as well. So this gives you really good access to the whole site. And the best part about it is that if it ends up being B, you're pretty good for a retake. You're close enough. A couple notes on what can happen. You're going to see that, especially in the example I'm about to show you, I don't even need to use my cage because the brimstone is going to smoke me out, which is going to happen at times. You know, sometimes you're going to, at higher levels, people usually smoke this area that is a default spot. So there might be a Omen, Astra, brimstone smoke. If that is the case, that's great. You just welcome it. You just slide in here. Just stay here. As soon as someone gets trapped, you're going to shoot them through the smoke. And that's what I'm going to do in the gameplay footage that you're going to see next. So check it out.
This goes here. Wow, this is a nice spot. That goes there. Off your feet! Cage triggered. Caught one. Enemy spotted A. Spike down A. Found. Could be a child. One enemy remaining.
Alright, so now we're on Fracture B site. This is going to be something that I use a lot of times when I feel like the enemy pushes B main a lot, especially when they like to rush it, when they just smoke everything and they just rush in. This is kind of like my all-in type setup. I just go all in on this B main choke. And I know you're going to wonder if this wire actually works and people walk into it, but trust me, it actually works. This is the cam that I like to use on the triangle. Obviously, it gives you a peek into arcade. You can see tower. You can see into this cubby over here. If you put it a little more to the right, if you put this camera a little more to the right, you can see someone in the cubby. So if someone's in the cubby, you activate the cage, right? So as they push in, they're going to be masked, and then you just shoot through the cage. What this also does is you can actually hear footsteps on the other side of B main here. So typically speaking, I'm in the camera as soon as the round starts, and I hear footsteps. If they're rushing, I hear footsteps. So I'm already making the call out that, okay, everyone on A, come here, it's B, because I hear the footsteps. So that's also why this camera is really good. So make sure you have your headset on. This is the best place to be when it comes to positioning. But I've also had good success over here. As soon as I feel like the footsteps are getting closer, I see smokes flying by. I see flashes coming in. That's when I activate this cage. Now, again, you're going to get some help, right? You're going to see in my video footage that sometimes you're going to get help. People are going to smoke this. Enemy's going to smoke that. Enemy might smoke this. If that happens, great. Just sit here and wait for them to kind of walk in as they rush by. and they're gonna walk through these wires, and you're gonna just spam through and get a bunch of kills, as you'll see.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Thanks.
This goes here. Yes, this should do. Yes, this should do.
Smoke's down. Multiple enemies B. Smoke's
Cage
down.
triggered. Caught one. Only I found.
Yeah!
Cage triggered. Cage triggered. Caught one. Eagle eye. Careful now. I saw you, Scotty.
Alright guys, now we're on buying A site, and I got a kind of a unique setup here that you can kind of use to play out of heaven. You're gonna put your camera right over here, like this. The wires are all going to go this plant site right over here. So the first one right here, and then the second one off the tire, like this. So in the example, you're gonna see that they planted right here, which is possible, but sometimes they come over here and plant as well. So that's what this wire is for. And then this wire, again, pretty common because people come down the stairs over here. When it comes to the cage, you're gonna put one cage over here, position yourself in heaven, and the round starts. The reason why I pick heaven as a place to be standing in is because any competent team, I know they're going to smoke heaven. And that's kind of what I want with this setup. If you feel like that enemy doesn't have a habit of smoking heaven, you can also put it on top of this box. But the way this setup is going to work is you're going to be in your cam to start. You're going to be able to hear the footsteps very early at the start of the round. So make sure you're in your cam to start the round, because pretty much you're going to be able to hear any footsteps in this area right over there. You're going to be able to tell if it's an A rush right away. If it is, call it out. And as soon as you start seeing a lot of activity, you can activate this cage, or you can activate this cage depending on what you want to do. The cage on the box kind of gives you a little more cover, because I know that this cage right here, the person on the box over there will be able to see you. So that's why I said that this cage right here, it gives you full cover from anyone trying to look at you from heaven. So as soon as you see activity here, you're gonna activate this cage, and now you're gonna just shoot people through that cage as they walk into this wire and this wire. And the reason why I have this cage over here is because eventually it might get down to a point where no one walks into your trips, for example, or your cam gets destroyed and you don't have a lot of intel, or it's a post-plant scenario and you need to exit heaven. So that's why I kind of have that cage over there. That way, if you're smoked out over here, it's really hard to push this. But if you have this cage here, then you can kind of push the smoke that you're in, and you can kind of jump down without having to worry about the guy in showers, and you can just pre-aim this A cubby right here. And that's kind of what I do in that post-plant situation that you're going to see in the video. So that's kind of the setup that I like to use on Vine. Check out the video right over here. Again, I'm going to be using it in a pistol round. This is going to be first round defense in that game, and it turned out pretty well for me. So check it out.
Yes, that goes there. Wow, this is a nice spot. Yes, this should do. This goes here.
Say.
Cage triggered. Found. Only I could see you hide. Don't worry.
Spike planted.
Camera taken out. Cage triggered.
One enemy remaining.
Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys learned something new in some of the setups that I showed you. Again, this is going to be an ongoing series that I plan on doing. If you like this series, let me know in the comment section down below, man. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to be reading the comments a lot on this. This is a new series, so recommendations or suggestions, let me know. But anyways, man, remember, you can catch me on Twitch. Usually I'm on right after I release a YouTube video. If I am, I'll let you know in the comment section of that YouTube video. And that's going to apply to this one. But anyways, man, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support, guys. I'll see you guys next time. And as always, man, stay spicy.